Hey everyone, Cinephile Mike is here. I hope everyone enjoyed their holidays and perhaps your holiday celebration is still going, but we are going to be moving right along with season 4 of award season reviews, 98 reviews in 98 days, counting down to the 98th Academy Awards. Quick reminder before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single day of the award season reviews coming your way. We are in our third week. It's Netflix week, a way to deal with some of the chaos of the holidays. No extra rentals, no hunting, just great movies you can fit in whenever you have a moment, streaming right at your fingertips. And moving right along, today we are looking at the third and hopefully not last installment of the Knives Out series, Netflix's Wake Up Dead Man, written and directed by Rian Johnson. Before making its way to the streamer, the film premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in September of this year. Wake Up Dead Man follows Judd Duplessis, played by Josh O'Connor, former boxer turned Catholic priest, who has been reassigned to a rural parish in upstate New York after a disciplinary incident. Arriving at Our Lady of Perpetual Fortitude, Judd quickly finds himself navigating a fractured community under the stern leadership of Monsignor Jefferson Wicks, played by Josh Brolin. Tensions within the church, combined with Judd's unconventional approach to ministry, set the stage for a story that balances small town intrigue with questions of faith, loyalty, and morality. When a mysterious death occurs within the parish, suspicion immediately falls on Judd, drawing him into a web of secrets, conflicting motives, and hidden histories. Now, as the investigation unfolds, he partners with the keen-eyed detective Benoit Blanc, played by Daniel Craig, whose methods mix deduction with patience, leading Judd and the audience through a series of twists, misdirections, and unexpected alliances. The story really examines both the human desire for redemption and the ways communities interpret truth, faith, and justice in moments of crisis. Now, beyond the murder investigation, the film delves into the personal journeys of Judd and those around him, from parishioners to long-standing church staff. Among these members include the Monsignor's right-hand woman and devout follower Martha, played by Glenn Close, town doctor Nat, played by Jeremy Renner, uptight lawyer Vera, played by Kerry Washington, and her political aspiring adoptive son Cy, played by Daryl McCormack. Former best-selling author Lee, played by Andrew Scott, and let us not forget the local police chief, Geraldine, played by Mila Kunis, amongst others. Themes of loyalty, morality, and reconciliation really intertwine with moments of humor, suspense, and revelation as we build to solving this heinous murder. Now, for me, Wake Up Dead Man stands out as the strongest entry in the Knives Out series, blending mystery, satire, and moments of heartfelt reflection. Josh O'Connor is a revelation as Judd, bringing a warmth, wit, and, again, that subtle twinkle in his eye that carries the film. I talked about that when I discussed The Mastermind a couple weeks ago. His performance really grounds the story, especially as it navigates religious and moral themes, balancing reverence and gentle critique with a natural charm. Josh Brolin as Monsignor Wicks is equally effective, offering a foil that is both imposing and oddly sympathetic, making the question of morality and authority at the heart of the story really all the more compelling. The supporting cast is exceptional, adding depth and texture to this narrative. Jeremy Renner, Glenn Close, and Daryl McCormack all shine, each bringing nuance and a personality to a film full of layered characters. Daniel Craig, he's now fully settled into Benoit Blanc's archetype, so he delivers that trademark charm and ease, and his interplay with O'Connor really highlights both the humor and the intelligence that have really made this franchise memorable. Even as the mystery here leans a bit more predictable than in previous entries, the ensemble keeps the story engaging, and the pacing, despite the film's length, makes the movie feel lively and brisk throughout. Rian Johnson's direction and the production design by Rick Heinrichs really keep the film intimate and focused. Gone are the expansive estates and exotic locales of the prior films. Instead, we just have the woods and the small-town church of upstate New York, which provide a grounded, believable setting that complements the story's religious and moral undertones. The simplicity of the environment allows the performances, the writing, and the layered relationships to shine, And it shows that Johnson doesn't need to need elaborate settings to deliver, tension, humor, and emotional resonance. He has it in the writing. In this entry, everything comes together, cast, story, and design in harmony. Honestly, I believe making it both the most grounded and satisfying of the Knives Out films. Now, let's talk about box office and awards. Not the usual form for Netflix now because this franchise has its following, so this film was released in theaters, so it posts a domestic and worldwide, so no international release, box office of $1,600,000. Critically, the film is held high. It has a 92% on the tomato meter from 300 critic reviews, and over 1,000 audience reviews give it a popcorn meter score of 93%. Award season-wise, surprisingly, this is the first film in the franchise to not have more recognition, especially for the screenplay. It landed no Golden Globe or Critics' Choice nominations, unlike the first two entries. However, there have been some recognition coming in. The film was named one of the top 10 films of the year by the National Board of Review. It had 3 Astra nominations for Best Cast Ensemble, Supporting Actor in a Comedy or Musical for O'Connor, and Supporting Actress in a Comedy or Musical for Close. It was the second runner-up for the Best Film at the Toronto International Film Festival, and O'Connor is a nominee for British or Irish Performer of the Year for the London Critics Circle Film Awards, which was also recognizing his work in The Mastermind and the History of Sound. In addition to several other festivals and guilds, Jenny Egan is nominated for Excellence in Contemporary Film Costumes by the Costume Designers Guild, an award that she actually has won previously for both Knives Out and Glass Onion. As for its Oscar chances, I think it deserves to repeat the history and be in the adapted screenplay category. If not, this would be the first time, like in the others, that this franchise receives no Oscar love. We shall see. I hope it holds out. I'm not sure. This film's actually ranked and received better than Glass Onion, but I'm not sure where it missed the mark in the other angle. So where do I land? Easy. This film was a 5-star film for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this installment. If you haven't watched it yet, hey, head over to Netflix. And while we know that the original deal was just for 2 more films, we have them. I truly hope we get to see more Benoit Blanc. Thank you all for joining me for episode 19 of Award Season Reviews. Season 4, we're going to be doing this every day for the next 79 days, so stay with me. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and drop your thoughts in the comments. You can follow me everywhere on social platforms, on Letterboxd, and of course, head over to my website, cinephilemike.com, for even more reviews and movie goodies. I'll be back tomorrow with the next review, but until then, take a break and watch something new.